today's stream here in a pretty little stream in California. We have a little race in I believe 4 cars market. So review 4 races and Seca, the Raceway, but Seca is as well. I love a well-known track here in America. We see this event into welcome to the event spot. Let's have a quick look at how the event is going to go ahead. Got 2 races in these videos. As we see, Happy Dolphin shows us as the end of things around. We have a 2-lap qualifying session. So we should be seeing Dolphin. Actually, this will be the end of them. Let's see to see if they improve at the line. They don't. They stay P3. Let's have a look. Oh, that's Piccolo. Oh, just going over the relevant top of the teacher to the side. This is Barry Knight. Well, actually, Barry Knight is actually say some a little bit of fun. Just good balance. Just around out. So they can get the time center on the track on this side. See just how big the drop is. It's a big drop. That's what you need to know. That's what they used to know. Bolster looks 50 meters, 18 meters, which is that's what makes it fun. So you see right here, 2 seconds off the pace. If the time finishing is well, that's the end of qualifying then. You see switch just in the ground. Got 2 races, both 12 minutes in length and intervention. We are still doing ranked races. The issue is still ongoing. No time prepared yet. Hopefully, we can get the accounts back up and running sometime soon.
Here we go. It should be better now. Should be a whole lot better. Thank you, Racing Fox, for helping me. I don't know why it was on the other mic there, but should now be a whole lot better. Your top 3 then. Chile, Abyss, and Dolphin. Dolphin, not usually a name we see at the top of the field. Hopefully, this is a good sign for things to come. Usually we see them right at the back, not having the most fun. Oh, practice session. Being P3 on the grid is pretty special. It's pretty unique. You have the opportunity to get P2 and you're right behind P1. So if you slipstream P1 right down to turn 1, you have the opportunity to get even P1 and lead the race out of the first corner. Well, we've got about 2 minutes while we wait for the race to begin. It's a 12-lap race, and it's going to be a lot of fun. F4 here in, Laguna Seca. Lights out. It's a terrible start for Dolphin, dropping all the way back to the back of the field. Having a quick look at the front of the pack, we catch up with Abyss. P2 into turn 1. They're going to look around the outside of Chile. It's a pretty solid move going around the outside into turn 1 here at Laguna Seca. Doesn't quite make it though. Ride Red spinning at the back of the pack and getting collected as there's a lot of carnage at the back, and hopefully we can get drivers going again. There's Piccolo just having an issue. Going back to the pits. Well, we're watching Scrid. There's a lot of damage to that car, that F4 car. Hopefully they can keep it going and make it back to the pits without losing lap. Back to battle at the front. We've got 2 battles. A battle for P1 and a battle for P3. Oh, Bowie knife going straight off, making it stick almost. That's again another mistake you don't want to be doing too often. Abyss making it into P1 through the corkscrew. Great move there, sticking it to the middle through the run through. Pretty solid strategy. As we enter lap 2, 10 minutes left of the race. Chile looking down the inside, there's contact. Abyss is coming to a stop. Chile also coming to a stop. The front wing of Chile completely removed from the car there, and that's going to allow Dolphin to come back through. As we come into turn 1, Dolphin is going to have a whole lot more front downforce, a whole lot more grip, and is going to be able to just turn the car a whole lot more effectively. As we have a look from Chile's onboard. Now, Chile will have a fast top speed, but as you can see, riding over the curb, Chile just unable to transform the new aero package that he's got, the custom on-track mobile setup change. Not exactly what you want to have done to your car. That's slowing him down a whole lot through the corners. You can just see how much slower he has become and how much time he's lost. 2 seconds in one straight he's lost to the Dolphin as we do the run up back to the corkscrew. Well, that was certainly a manic turn 1. Hopefully we can keep the action going here, but it's certainly not looking like it's the nicest of cars to drive. Chili's new package. Having a look at the new P2 driver. This is a happy dolphin. Let's see if the overlay will pop up. It won't. Oh, we'll have to pop it up manually. Riding on board, you can see a nice blue livery going through turn 1, taking an inside line. Around turn 1, it's really difficult. Do you take close to the apex line, take a double apex, or do you go wide on entry and then take a later apex with a fast exit speed? You'll see drivers experimenting around throughout the race. Of course, some drivers prefer just the late apex. Some drivers, they find it changes with the grip of the tire, the amount of fuel that they've got. All sorts of different things can change what a driver's comfortable with going through turn 1 specifically here. As we see Dolphin really pushing the edges of the track. Piccolo stuck somewhere on the track as we see Rybread going all manners of sideways. I'm just trying to pick up where Bowie is. Squid going pretty slow on exit. Oh, what's happened with Squid? That doesn't quite seem to be as fast as we've seen them going. Catching back up with the leader then, Abyss. Just making his way through the start-finish straight. Piccolo now 2 laps down on the leaders. Leaving the pit lane now. They're currently P7 of 7. Not the best race start. Hopefully though, they can at least catch up to Squid. 2 laps in front. Now 3 laps down from the lead. Terrible race start for Piccolo as we are now 5 minutes into race 1. Rybread then. Recently on a good run of form, and that good run of form is just not showing up today. P5, 40 seconds behind the leader, and it's just not looking too good as the timing system seems to be on a little bit of a wibble, having a little bit of an uncomfortable scene there as we see 15-minute gaps forming somehow. Luckily, the timing system fixes itself. Bowie then with a spin. That puts him down to P5. Keeps it on the road though. Well, gets it back on the road. And, he drives again. P5 though, and a little bit of a gap to Rybread in front. He's going to have to bring that gap back down if he wants to get back to P4. P3 isn't all too far away though. Chile only about 10 seconds in front, maybe 13 seconds. That's recoverable and could be on for a little battle maybe at the end of the race. Let's see if we can find someone else. Here we go, Chile. Chile is one of our platinum rated drivers here in BeamGP. All the way from Sweden. A little bit of a lock-up as he drives the red and white car today. Usually he's in a blue car, but I guess all the blue liveries were taken today, and so he has decided he's not going to have a solid blue car and is instead going to have a pretty decent livery. Not my favourite livery, but my favourite livery is not on the server anymore. 5 minutes left in the race. P1 goes to Abyss currently. This is not final results. This is just how it stands as we get a nice track view of the corkscrew. Look how steep that is. You can't see the track as you go over. You've got to just rely on the marshals, the signaling system, and your memory, your gut feeling on where to position your car, how to drive it, and if you're going to have a moment or not. Piccolo then, or Pickle, down again, having more issues. Squid also in the pits as we enter 4 minutes left in the race, lap 6. So we're getting through these laps, and there's a battle starting to form at the front. The gap then under 4 seconds, and well, hovering about 4, slowly shrinking if anything. If there's a moment there, you just gotta hope that you can see it and can avoid it before you drive into them. It's really so blind. Talk about blind corners all you want. That is blind, totally blind. You only see an instant that is there once you're on top of it. Pretty much on top of it. It's almost vertical. And it's truly one of the most unique corners in motorsport, and that's why so many people like it. Rybred then up to P3 as Chile enters the pits with an issue, as we see Dolphin getting 2 wheels on the grass. This is his home race, of course, one of the races in America that we do. Trying to catch, and actually is catching Abyss. 1 lap ago, the gap was 4 seconds. Now the gap is 3 seconds, and seems to be catching a bit more. We can actually see Abyss in the distance there, as we look to have a little bit of sunset, I think. Nice little orange sky as we head on the run up to the corkscrew. Let's just sit passenger view again. There we go, passenger view. Oh, Abyss has gone off. Abyss has had a moment. Where is Abyss? Can we find his car? That's Chile. That's Dolphin. Oh, where is Abyss? 539. This one keeps it going, but now 5 seconds behind. And he's going to have hot tyres, worn tyres. Certainly not what you want. 2 minutes left on the clock, and the leader has swapped hands. Well, certainly not what we would have predicted. Certainly not how he wants the lead to change hands. Abyss losing control of his car on the corkscrew and just spinning it. Nothing he could do. And, well, another one to the pile of spins. As we see Piccolo facing the wrong way again, in the wall, and back to the pit lane. A minute left in the race, and I think Abyss's tyres have just absolutely died. The American just not able to catch up to his fellow countryman. Happy Dolphin in P1. As we enter the final 60 seconds, we will have another lap, but it's certainly not the ending that Abyss would have wanted. Abyss a little bit unhappy with the BSA's decision to change the next race being the GT3 special event. Last minute, it was going to be held at Monza. Now it's going to be held at Road America, but maybe that's playing onto Abyss's mind. It might not be, but hopefully he can keep it together. Hopefully we can get a battle on this final lap. It's unlikely. Let's just see what line he takes. Is he going to take an inside line or a wide line? Takes an inside line through turn 1. And, well, the final few moments we see dust in the air from Dolphin just clipping some tyres on the gravel, on the sand, as we are in the California desert. And well, through we go. The gap is slowly closing, but I don't think it's closing enough. Under 5 seconds we go now. The gap between P1 and P2, riding on board under the awning, and back up to the run-up to the corkscrew. the gap is closing actually. I think Dolphin is playing it safe on this final lap, just not wanting to make any mistakes and wanting to keep hold of P1 for the lead. You can see the gap now back up to 5 seconds. I think that is the win, firmly in the grasp for Dolphin. See if I can find him over the checkered line, over the finish line, over the flag, the checkered flag for Dolphin to win race 1 here for American F4, quickly followed by Abyss. And well, we have a similar thing here for P3. We've got Rybread and Bowie Knife. I think it is going to go the way of Rybread, as we see Rybread just coming through in to the final corner, back onto the start-finish straight. He's going to finish the race in P3. Chile a lap down. Of course, we saw him teleporting back to the pits after an issue halfway through the race. Little celebratory spin there for Rybread. And well, only one driver left to finish, and that's Bowie Knife, finishes P4. Hopefully race 2 is going to go a little bit smoother. Hopefully we can get a little bit more battles, but we'll see what we can do for you guys. Abyss, then, your race winner here in the hills of California. Five red lights, and it's away we go for race 2 here in Monterey. Side by side, 3 wide into turn 1. Let's have a quick look at that. Oh, Bowie Knife on the gravel, not exactly what you want. Dolphin right down to the inside. Oh, there's contact between Dolphin and Bowie. Or is that Bowie? No, that's Squid. Dolphin and Squid, 2 drivers up at the front. Well, Squid wasn't at the front, but 2 drivers are just not having a good time, as the leaderboard has all sorts of issues. Abyss, then, well, everyone getting teleported back to the pits. Hopefully we can get the timing system fixed and everyone sorted out again. We'll have a little break and we will be right back. we're back here in the hills of California for race 2 here in American Formula 4. Just having a little issue with the timing system. Hopefully we can get it fixed and get back on the way. Race 2 is another 12-lap race. We have a couple more drivers spawning cars in, so hopefully we can have a little bit more of a race and hopefully have a little bit more action. It is a hot day here in summer as we get the lights going on for a epic battle here in the hills of California. We go green. It's a great start for Satan and Barry now. Satan and Rybread. Dolphin getting a little bit off, steady off the line. Not the best start, not the worst start. Terrible start last race, but around the outside he's looking for Rybread. Rybread down the inside. A little spin for Satan and Camel. Squid right at the back slips his way through. Oh, Camel getting another mistake. Oh, who's that spun around at the back? That's Velka's had another issue as well. Terrible start for a couple of drivers here at the back. That's Abyss in the pits. A three-way battle for the lead then. Chile, Rybread and Dolphin. Dolphin having an amazing weekend here in California. As I said, Chile going off on the grass. That's not what you want. I see the grass, it's the sand. We're here in a desert. There's no grass to be seen for a while. Just ignore the grass you can see on the hill. Chile just going through the smoke for Dolphin, hoping no one gets a mistake through the corkscrew. They all make it through just fine. There's an outside line taking a late apex for Chile as we make our way down to make our way through to lap 2. Dolphin, couple wheels on the dirt, the sand as well. I'm so used to it where it's all dirt. Slipstreaming is the name of the game here through to the first straight, as we see Chile looking down the inside of Dolphin all the way down to turn 1. The order remains unchanged then, but still very close between these top 3 guys as we make our way through turn 2, turn 3 and through turn 4. Couple wheels on the sand then for Chile and Dolphin. Chile really pushing his car to the maximum as we ride on board with the platinum rated driver. Up to the run up. A couple more wheels on the dirt for the Swede as we make our way to the corkscrew again. Lap 2. Lock up from both people. Rybread's gone off. That's a mistake for Rybread from the lead of the race. Oh, another mistake. That's not what you want to keep doing. And that is 3 seconds of gap. Oh no. Hopefully he can catch back up to the lead. Oh, over rotation for Chile gets it under control, but that's a nasty snap through the final corner. Keeps it between the white lines. Doesn't lose too much time, but it does lose out now a second between the leader and P2. And this is turning out to be a cracking battle. Oh no, as I say that, Chile also spinning on the exit of turn 1. A mistake for one of the most solid and most reliable drivers in BeamGP. That's unusual to see a mistake from Chile. At Abyss then. P5, almost a whole half a lap behind the leaders. Hopefully though, they can keep the car together and keep it pointing forwards. Let's see if we can get back to the leaders. Here we see Squid. This is Satan, P4. 21 seconds behind Dolphin in front. You can see he's also... he's caught up. The gap 11 seconds now, so he's also starting to enter the fray for a perhaps battle for the lead. We could get a 4-way battle for the win here in Laguna Seca. As we see Sason rounding the final corner, just trying to get back to the front of the pack and trying to regain some sort of battle. Of course, every racing driver wants to have a battle. That is where the most fun is. That is where the most danger is. And of course, the danger is the fun of racing. You see some blue flags flying. That is probably for a back marker who's gone to the pits now. I don't think it would be for Velk with that sort of distance. Could be. Probably isn't though. The gap between P1 and P2 closing. The gap between P2 and P3 rising just a little bit as we see Rybread really kicking up some dirt, some sand as we head back to the run-up for the corkscrew again. Through the corkscrew, you can see just a whole plume of smoke as Rybread completely messes up the entry. And sorry, I thought I heard some music playing for a moment. I was wondering what that was. It was nothing, it was just my imagination. The gap now. Velk in the gravel into the final corner. Chile and Rybread unable to overtake each other through the final corner due to the yellow flag being out for Velk. Down into turn 1 though, we could see the gap close a whole lot. Oh, you see just how quick that gap has closed, how much it's closed now. It was almost exactly a second between these two drivers. As we cross the timing screen, it is still exactly a second. These two drivers on the exact same pace. We see Rybread out in front, Chile out here, two drivers who've been in BeamGP for at least a little bit of time. We know how they drive. They're rated quite well, Rybread being a silver rated driver, at least. I didn't actually pay attention when I brought the pop-up up earlier. It wouldn't hurt to bring it up again. We will quickly look. Rybread out in front. Now we see the gap through the corkscrew closing a whole lot. Obviously, Chile a whole lot more comfortable with going through the corkscrew. Rybread silver, as I said, trying to keep P2 from Chile. A podium at your home race is always special, but a P2 is better than a P3. Oh, makes a mistake, goes wide, and that lets Chile catch a whole lot. Now right on the back of Rybread is Chile as we make our way over the start-finish straight again. Into turn 1, around the outside, Chile tries. Let's have a quick look. Is he going to get it done? Doesn't quite get it done. Rybread with the inside, just forcing him to be a little bit slower. Chile having a look for the inside, doesn't go for it for turn 2. As we make our way to turn 3, that's an off for Squid. Yellow flags, no overtaking permitted. As we go back into green, a little bit of dust being kicked up for Chile. As we have a look back onto this little run. This is my favorite section. Dolphin's had a moment, has he? Oh, I thought Dolphin had a moment there. That gap is certainly not what it used to be. Oh, we can see something flying off of the car in front of Rybread. As the gap for both cars down a whole second. As we see Chile, is he looking for the outside through the run out? Doesn't look like he can get it done. He's going to be so frustrated, just looking for any way to get past, looking for the inside, looking for the outside, darting across the whole track, really filling the rear mirrors of Rybread as we round the final corner of the lap again. To start lap 7, Chile is going to have a whole heap of slipstream. Where's he going to go? Looks for the outside. Rybread covers the inside into turn 1. Are we going to get an overtake for P2? Around the outside, Chile seems to have got it done, but Rybread's got the inside line. Chile just dipping some tires on the sand. Stays behind. Got the inside line for turn 2. Oh, so close. A little bit of contact. Chile, oh, loses his front wing. Darts over the curb. Oh, a little bit of ballet between these two drivers, and that's Chile with, again, no front wing. And, well, that means that battle is well and truly done. You can see just how much slower he's going to have to go through these corners due to the lack of front grip. You can hear the tires squealing, and just, yeah, you hate to see it being so close catching the past few laps, but then suddenly seeing the car in front just shoot off, and there's nothing you can do about it. It is a hopeless feeling. Absolutely rotten luck for Chile there. Hopefully though, well, I say hopefully, there's nothing he can do. A pit stop is just going to lose him time to Bowie Knife, to Sasson behind. He's going to have to just pull it out and do another lap. This should be the final lap now, as we make our way into lap 10, lap 9, I believe. Final minute and a bit. Looks to be a little battle between Bowie Knife and Abyss, as we've got a couple drivers leaving the server. We've got Abyss then, just very close to the drivers in front, over the line. And what's it gonna be? It's gonna be good tenths in it between these two drivers as we enter the final minute of the race now. Looks like a Bowie Knife Sasson also doesn't have a front wing. He's lost it, or keeps it forwards, as he also has a moment through turn 2. That allows Abyss to catch up a whole lot of time. Sweeping to the inside for turn 4. Down, doesn't quite get it. What's it going to be? Oh, snap of oversteer on mid-corner for Abyss. Forces him back behind Bowie Knife, behind Sasson. And, well, back to the run-up for the corkscrew we go. Having a look from Sasson behind. That is Abyss. A lock up from Sasson as we go into the corkscrew. Oh, the change in elevation is crazy. Oh, we got a massive tank slapper there for Bowie. Keeps it pointing forwards again. And it's still a massive battle for the end here. We will have another lap of this with Abyss and Bowie. Abyss faster in the straights. No, Bowie faster in the straights. Abyss faster in the corners with the higher downforce. He also gets the slipstream, so he is also faster in the straights. Down the inside goes Abyss. We've seen how powerful the inside is into turn 1. Massive lock up for Bowie, as there's no weight on the front. There's also no weight on the rear for Bowie, so he gets a massive tank slapper. Ooh, a little bit of interesting camera work there as we see the underside of the map. Oh, it's just Bowie Knife understeering and oversteering at the same time. That is just not what you want to see, not what you want to feel. But around the front we go, as we have a look for Chile. Dolphin rounding the final corner. It's victory twice in the hills of California for Dolphin. It's a win in race 1 and a win in race 2. Brilliant show of form for Dolphin. Rybread gets P2 again as well. Let's have a look at Chile, if we can find him again. Chile is going to come home P3, but what's the battle between... Oh, Sasson going off on the final corner. That's going to ruin any plans for a P4 for him. Abyss going to round the going across the line P4, and Sasson unfortunately, put up a massive battle, great battle, but unfortunately, he is going to round and come across the line P5. Ah, terrible luck. Terrible luck there for Sason. Nothing he could do, of course. That's just the luck of the game sometimes, and well, this time the game didn't choose him to be victorious. That's just how it be. Let's have a quick look if anyone wants to have an interview. If not, then we will go back into the outro. I don't see. Oh, we've got one person waiting for an interview. It's Dolphin. Hello, Dolphin.
Hello.
Well, a beautiful show of form there at your home GP. Of course, 2 wins. How did that feel?
It feels really good. Like, I wasn't expecting podium off of the qualifying times and just how my practice sessions were going. I was not expecting wins.
Last season in BeamGP, we saw you trundling at the back of the pack. Today, however, you seem to be right at the front of the field, really close time in qualifying, and of course the double win. You must be feeling super well off of that. It's a brilliant show of form, and it's great to see just how much you've grown from just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, like, I've had a bit more time since then, so I made sure to get some good practice, especially since I haven't been practicing as much as I've wanted to with the past couple of races.
Well, it's a great battle we saw at the start, well, the first, like 2/3 of that second race. They were really keeping you on your toes there. How does it make you feel to be battling not only successfully, but cleanly, and coming out victorious for quite a few laps with some well-known names here in BeamGP?
Yeah, it feels really well. Like, I'm glad I didn't hit anybody, since unfortunately I had those issues in the last couple of races, so I'm just glad I was able to keep it clean. Because I hate taking people out. It makes me feel horrible.
Yeah, no one wants to take anyone out, but, well, all that hard work has seemingly paid off. So, wow, I can only wish you a good celebration. Well done. Everyone, your double race winner today, Dolphin.
Thank you.
All right. If you heard a little fan in the background, apologies, it's truly, really warm here. Well, you can see we're in the desert, that partly explains it, but also it is summer, so it is absolutely brutal. So everyone, thank you for watching. That has been your races today, and well, hopefully you enjoyed. We got a GT3 spin